Hey everybody, I'm Philip.
And I'm Justin.
And together we are Pajamas. And this is week 2 of October 2021, where we're going to watch a different movie every single week in the month of October. Full disclosure. Due to scheduling and work and whatnot, we have to record these in advance. So we can't do them in real time. We've tried to schedule stuff before in the moment, and just the unpredictability factor is too much. So, as you said, we're recording these for October, not in October. But it is technically September, so we're close.
Close enough.
Exactly. Also, these were picked from a list that Justin compiled himself of movies that he was interested in, and I narrowed them down. Last week, I showed you Children of the Corn,
which was wonderful.
A very meaningful movie to me. This week, we are doing House on Haunted Hill, the 1959 original. We watched something that I wanted to show you, so we're going to watch something now that you're more interested in. I'm not a fan of black and white movies in general, or acting in black and white movies in general. There are some exceptions, notably Hitchcock. So, this is your week. We're going to watch this classic, and I'll do my best to endure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Without further ado, let's get into it.
I'm Frederick Lauren, and I've rented the house on Haunted Hill tonight so that my wife can give a party. It was my wife's idea to have our guests come in funeral cars. She's so amusing. Her sense of humor is, shall we say, original.
Von Dexter is a very cool name.
You can tell how old the film is by the credits being at the beginning instead of the end.
Yeah, I commented on that. And I know the name William Castle. Oh.
Why all these strangers? Why none of our friends?
Friends? Do we have any friends?
No, your jealousy took care of that.
Hmm.
Why do you always do that? It spoils the champagne.
It might explode.
Never does.
Will you guarantee that?
That isn't funny, Frederick.
Make a good headline. Playboy kills wife with champagne cork. You want it all, don't you?
I deserve it all. Your jealousy isn't tax-free, and your possessiveness is maddening.
If ever a man had grounds for divorce.
But can't prove them.
The time will come. Don't let the ghosts and the ghouls disturb you, darling.
Darling, the only ghoul in the house is you.
Don't sit up all night thinking of ways to get rid of me. It makes wrinkles.
Ooh. Why are they still married? She tried to poison him.
She makes life interesting for him.
The 50s.
Since our host isn't here, would anyone care to mix me a drink?
Certainly. What
Make
will
your
you
own
have?
drink. Lazy?
I think everyone wonders what they would do if they saw a ghost.
Ridiculous. The roof probably leaks.
Oh, that must be what it is. Who would want to haunt me?
I would say any self-respecting male ghost.
I hope it doesn't come back. Violent and different.
Look out!
God, she didn't fall in.
Did she almost faint? Like, what happened? Looked like he tried to push her in.
No. Oh, go on. I mean, what did he tell you?
Maybe don't go in the dark room. There's a hole with acid in it right behind you. Stop exploring.
Weren't you a little frightened at the time?
Well, yes.
That, Mr. Lauren, is hysteria.
But then, Doctor, how do you explain what happened to Lance? Would you like a drink, Lance?
No, thanks. I'd like one. Scotch and.
The drinking, smoking machine.
3, 6, 9, 12. 12 feet.
It's not accurate. It's not a way to measure anything.
3, 6. Where'd it come from?
I'm in here.
She's fine now. She's like... Acting.
What if it ran?
I'm Annabelle Lauren.
Interesting music
You must
change.
be Miss Manning. Is he badly hurt?
The Saturnine psychiatrist bandaged him up. Don't you want to go and console him, as you do most men, in your fashion?
They make such a charming couple.
I don't know if charming is a word I would use.
This is my wife's idea. I must say, I think it's rather dangerous.
Go ahead, take it.
I don't want a gun.
Miss Bridges,
She's like, fuck yeah, give me a gun.
it was your idea. Who knows, you may want to use it on me before this night is over.
It's every conversation they have like this.
Throw these guns away.
Fear makes people do amazing things.
Mm-hmm. Still holds true. You were gone for like 75 years.
It was in there. Get out! Get out, all of you! All of you, get out of here and leave me alone! Just get out of here!
You think it's
And
all
the
right
Academy
to leave
Award
about
goes to
I wish she'd taken
Nora.
the sedative.
What do you suppose she thought she saw?
They're closing in on her.
Look, Doc.
She's dead, Mr. Lauren. Your wife hanged herself. Well, let's all have a meeting, discuss what to do. The living room?
Okay, in a minute.
Or somewhere more private.
What husband hasn't at some time wanted to kill his wife?
A
What
happy
husband
one?
hasn't had 1,000 opportunities?
If they think he's guilty, put him in his room first. He doesn't have to go to his room now. So by the rules that you made, you're guilty. So he left his room. See? Lance? Move! Stupid Nora. Uh-oh. They only hired her because she could scream. That's my guess.
Doors must be thick to not hear her.
Yeah, I've wondered that a few times, where stuff's happened and no one responds.
Did you hear anything?
Organ music?
That, and someone walking.
You didn't hear Nora. You heard the organ music,
sir.
but you didn't hear Nora screaming.
You look downstairs, and I'll look up here.
Okay.
Get me out of this hanging harness.
Mm-hmm.
But they had no idea what they were really doing.
What about Nora? She's not stupid, you know.
Darling, believe me, everything we've planned is working perfectly.
Ooh. Plot twist: he faked it, and they're lovers. They're double crossing the wife. Looks like Meryl Streep, kind of. I like that she's not screaming.
Come with me.
Oh, that screams. Oh. It could still have acid on it.
It's a pity you didn't know when you started your game of murder that I was playing too.
Lance!
Lance.
I've shot Mr. Lauren. He's down in the wine cellar.
Trent and my wife were planning to kill me. They failed. Trent tried to throw me in the vat. My wife stumbled and fell. I'm ready for justice to decide if I'm innocent or guilty.
Or just say they ran off together and closed the vat. No proof.
Very interesting ending credit. Skeleton by himself.
So, those are the 50s.
What did you think of it?
I didn't dislike it. And I wrote, very first thing I was like, remember, this was made in 1959. Remember, this was made in 1959. Remember how infantile cinema was. And they were still exploring, still trying things, you know? So I forgive the camera going out of focus. I forgive the score cutting in and out randomly. I forget, like, the technical stuff, no big deal. I was even going to forgive that you could see the wires on the skeleton until they made it part of the thing. I was like, why couldn't she see the wire? Because they were right. I'm not gonna. It's fine. But this reminds me of why I don't like watching movies from this time period. The acting is horrible, except for Vincent Price and the older woman. Well, everyone except for Nora. And I thought Lance was a little. It's like they went to like the school of everyone act the same. It's like, I'm here now. What do I do? And Nora was goddamn fucking awful. If Nora wasn't in this, I think this would have been better.
But who else would have been able to make screams like that?
Yes, I said, I think she got hired because she could scream. Which, fair play. But she was definitely an albatross around the neck of this movie. So while watching, I'm trying to put myself in the mindset of somebody in 1959, seeing this in the cinema, and how...
And seeing Vincent Price.
Yeah. And his velvety voice.
Yes, I really love Vincent Price's voice.
Oh, yeah. Being that I discovered horror in the 80s with Children of the Corn. And then my first real exposure to Vincent Price was on Michael Jackson's Thriller. Because he was the voice that narrated. He's very much like a James Earl Jones. Like one of those people, like when he passed away, there will never be another him because the voice is so iconic. And I respect the fact that Vincent Price went into horror because his demeanor, his acting, his voice
goes very well with horror.
Yeah, 100% lends itself to the genre. And I think that him being so good at it gave it like a legitimacy. Because he was very sophisticated about it. He wasn't campy. Knowing what I know about him, I've always kind of respected that. Being such a horror nerd that I am, you know, back in this time period, you know, you have like The Mummy and The Wolfman, and then you have this like for the time, there's a reason this is a classic. You know, and I understand that. I'm looking at it with 2021 eyes, you know, 62 years removed? That's like your grandma. It's like your grandma. No, it was okay. It was interesting that it was more murder mystery and less ghost.
Yes, it
oriented.
It was very interesting how it shifted at the end.
Well, even during. It was kind of like a whodunit with a really shitty plan. Everyone stay in your rooms. First one that comes out is the guilty one. Then they all fucking come out of the rooms. Like the only innocent person was Pritchard. He did a good job too, it being like the crazy drunkard that no one will listen to. So what did you think?
I thought that it was wonderful.
I knew you were gonna say that. Why? What did you think it was? Like, why did you think it was wonderful?
Well,
other than Vincent Price.
Yes. That's something that I really... I really like Vincent Price.
I don't blame you.
I also liked how it was able to mix the genre of horror and mystery together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And I also liked the music.
Yeah, the score was actually pretty good. Where I mentioned it during the movie when Annabelle came on the screen that one time. The music changed. It shifted to that really more eerie, like, we're giving you a clue. Something's up. So I thought that was cool. Anything else?
I also liked the plot very much.
Like what parts?
It was very interesting to see how these characters, even though they knew nothing of each other, how they interacted.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a very interesting plot of spend the night here and win this money, and it being reputed to be haunted.
With that interesting subplot of the wife and
The doctor.
the doctor planning to murder Vincent Price, Frederick. But
Ended up getting murdered themselves.
not just that, though. But then Vincent Price counters with, I will pay whoever survives $10,000 each. So it was the wife's idea to have the party. But it was his idea to pay the people, and he picked them. So that makes you think. Because realistically, the older lady, who was awesome, by the way, I liked her a lot, she didn't really do much. She could have been left out of the movie, really.
Yes, I think that she's likely there so that she can write a column about what happened.
Oh, yeah, that's right. True.
Since she was actually there, she would have much more inside information than any of the other reporters.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Yeah.
As for the others, well, I think that they were there simply to be there. Lance was there because, well, he was there. Nora was there because she was there.
Well, no, I think since he knew, Vincent Price knew that Annabelle and the doctor were conspiring, I think he chose Nora on purpose because she would be the one that was most impressionable. And I think the older lady, if I'm going to guesstimate, she would balance that because she was a more level-headed, experienced one.
Oh, yes, and they also had Nora get into a hysteria. So that it would look like an accident.
Exactly. And then Lance was there, I think, to pair up with Nora on purpose. I think that Frederick did that on purpose. And which worked. Because, they were both younger than everyone else there. So, we had like 2 older people, 2 younger people, and then the couple. So it was like there were pairings. And then Pritchard, who was just a drunk, crazy mess. So if I was going to guesstimate a motive behind each person, that would be why.
Shall we go to your notes?
If you want to, yeah.
Philip's notes.
As we mentioned, as we're watching it, the credits were in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that changed really until the late 70s. I think Star Wars was one of the first movies. I don't think it was the first one. It was one of the first movies to put the credits at the end. Talked about how iconic Vincent Price is. He's the man. I love the line when Lance and Nora are in the basement for the first time. And she says, "We were in an automobile accident and I'm the only one that can earn any money." Lance goes, "I've never seen so many doors." I was like, it's hard not to watch this. The sexism and the man is always in control and the lady folk are hysterical and they have hysteria.
Well, also in that time period, it would have also been difficult for her to get by anyway without this $10,000.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm just saying it's funny. Like the gender roles were funny to me. I said in the beginning, I don't care for older movies. It really just comes down to the acting for me. And then this was a yes because Vincent Price. Like even if the movie is dog shit, Vincent Price will not be because Vincent Price is the man, as I said. I wrote here that's like the woman equals hysteria, the man equals funny to me. The best part of this movie was the banter between Mr. and Mrs. Lauren. It was so good. Like every conversation was like, "You're going to try to kill me. Maybe I will, but you'll never know. Oh, I'll know. Perhaps. Eat this strawberry. Is it poisoned? Perhaps, but you would never know. Oh, I'll know." Like every conversation was like that. It was great. They played off each other really, really well. They were the strongest part of this movie to me.
Yes, I definitely agree. I was very interested, especially in their interaction with each other.
I could have watched like a whole movie of just them, like doing random things, like going out shopping at the grocery store, and just having
conversations of how they'd like to kill each other.
Yeah, it was really good. Like I really wish they had done more with that.
And the fact that they're so nonchalant about it shows that this isn't the only time that they're talking about it. They've been doing this.
She already poisoned him. Yes. According to the conversation at the beginning, it's like, holy crap. But it was the best part of the movie. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. As actors, they did such a good job. They had really good chemistry together.
My only conclusion of why he would still be with her, despite that she did try to kill him. So He could have easily have divorced her based on that.
Yeah.
But the only thing I can think of is she makes life interesting for him.
Yeah. I guess you're that rich. Because $10,000 back in 1959 is a lot of fucking money. It's a lot of money now. Imagine how much it would have been back then. Holy crap. I'll stay the night at your house for $10,000. Yeah, but as you said, they were just so nonchalant about it, and it was just really, really good. And then I had two theories. I either said Pritchard was pretending to be drunk because he was behind it all, or said the wife faked it and is working with someone. And that's why I pointed when it came. I was like, ha 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 ha, right there. One of my two theories was right. And that is all for my notes. The rest of my notes are for my patrons over on Patreon. Overall, not bad. Not bad. If you're a fan of horror movies and you want to honor a classic, this is not probably the worst you could do. Vincent Price is in it. Vincent Price is awesome.
See it for that, if for no other reason.
Right. That's why he chose it.
You said that this was remade.
Mm-hmm.
What is the remake like? Is it anything like?
What's in color?
Well, yes. I mean, is it the same story?
Yeah. People have to go to a house and stay until they have to stay the night. But I think it was remade in the 90s. So I can see the cover art in my head, and I can see the actors in my head. But everything else is. So we may just have to watch it one day
and see how similar and how different it is. Well, besides the obvious that it's in Technicolor.
And maybe the character of Nora will not be a scream machine. And that's it.
She screamed very well.
She did, though, yes. I agree. Yeah. That's why I said what I said. That she got hired based on her ability to scream.
In fact, so well that they probably should, and probably did, record that in case if they wanted it for any other films.
Yeah, some of that was put in post. I think you enjoyed it more than I did. I did not enjoy it. This is only an hour and 14 minutes long, but it felt like an hour and 45 minutes to me. These movies just drag. But then again, this is the kind of movie that's supposed to drag because it's a slow burn, and I get that. I'm not knocking it for that. So I'm trying to look past my own prejudices of classic movies, and appreciate it for what it is. The first time I can see how it would have been freaking awesome. I think for being decades and decades old, I mean, it's a little hokey, yeah, but it still holds up, I think.
I agree.
As far as the overall story and stuff. Would I recommend it to everyone? No. If you've seen the remake, want to see the original, check it out. If you like older horror movies, check it out. If you have a boyfriend who likes Vincent Price, check it out.
I've been admiring him throughout this whole thing.
I bet.
And going, Vincent Price.
Vincent Price. Daddy Vincent. He could read you like the ingredients off a cereal box. I wish my throat hadn't gotten messed up in the car accident, because prior to that, I could do voices really well. Like if I heard a voice and really, not all voices obviously, but if I heard a voice that I thought was in my vocal range or in my spectrum, I'd usually pull it off. And I think I could have gotten Vincent Price. I really think I could have. I can't now because his voice is so it's down here in the throat, and I can't, because since my head sits farther at an angle now instead of back here, where if you go like this, you can go more. Watch me make weird noises with my throat, trying to get voices. It would have been cool to learn how to talk like Vincent Price, because that would have been a lot of fun. A whole lot of fun.
He has a very, very unique and very admirable voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm glad that he was picked for being the narrator.
Oh yeah, if he wasn't in this, I wouldn't like this nearly as much. Because I like, would the relationship between Annabelle and Frederick been as good?
Possibly, maybe.
I don't think so, because they just both played off each other so well with their nonchalant snarkiness that overall, it was fine.
I agree.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Well, I need to turn some air on. I'm having a hard time breathing. The air is so thick and heavy. As always, I don't have a fancy outro, so I'll simply say thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one, week 3, October 2021 of this series. Until then, goodbye.
Goodbye.